we're charmed and dangerous.
You know, because we are charming.
And we're dangerous. Now, before we get into the video and tell you guys who we think is the most compatible with Capricorn, we would love it if you guys would subscribe down below. You already know the vibe. If you like our energy, if you want to be our friend, if you want to hang out with us, subscribe. And now on to the video. Okay, Miss Maya. Who is Capricorn most compatible with in your opinion?
Yes. Okay, so I picked a little bit of an oddball, but I picked Pisces. And,
alright.
You know.
Not odd.
Yeah.
Water and
Earth I think go well together, but I feel like people wouldn't necessarily think Pisces and Capricorn initially, because I feel like people think Pisces are always like lost in the clouds and like Capricorns are so serious, but I feel like that's part of the reason why these two can balance each other out. I feel like everyone always thinks like Pisces are like lost in the clouds, you know what I mean? Lost in the sauce, but they can be really deep, intelligent, and like nurturing souls, and that's going to be appealing to a Capricorn, you know what I mean? And I think these two can build like a deep emotional bond that will like last. Like I see these two being like soulmates potentially if they can figure out the right balance between them.
100%. I also feel like, you know, everyone thinks of Pisces as like dreamers, which they are, but as someone who has been with a Pisces for years, Pisceans can actually be very present partners if they really value you and love you and are not thinking about someone else when they're with you. You know what I mean? If you're the one for them, they're really present when they're hanging out with you, and I feel like Capricorn would really, really appreciate that, because we always talk about on this channel how obviously Caps are notorious for, you know, always having their mind be at work, you know what I mean? Or, you know, when they're hanging out with people, it's because they really made the time to hang out with them. And that's why I feel like a Pisces partner for a Capricorn is a lovely match, because Pisces will be present, Capricorn will be present, because they don't like wasting their time. And I feel like they'll really take advantage of the time that they have together, you know?
So who did you pick?
Well, obviously in our Scorpio video, I picked Capricorn, so that's like one of my top picks is Capricorn and Scorpio. I just feel like we get each other.
Yes.
But I picked someone else for this video, and that is Taurus. I feel like, besides the fact that they're both obviously earth signs, so they're compatible because, you know, they're both from the same element, I enjoy fixed placements with cardinal placements a lot, because I feel like cardinal placements give fixed placements that push that they need in order to make moves in their lives. And I say this as a Scorpio stellium, like, we can be stuck in our ways, and it'll be hard for us to get ourselves out there if we don't have the drive to do so. We're really good at just doing the same thing forever, and while that may be comfortable, it doesn't really push you to go after the things that you really want in life. You know what I mean? And I feel like with Cap being cardinal earth, it's good for fixed earth Taurus, because it's not too much, you know what I mean? Like cardinal fire or cardinal water can sometimes be, or even air can be too much for Taurus, because they're too pushy, you know what I mean? But Capricorn being a cardinal earth, it's like a more practical type of push, you know what I mean? They're not overdoing it, which I feel like Taurus will respect. And as chill as Taurus is, they don't like being told what to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, it's true. Taurus does understand the way that a Capricorn's move, because it is, you know what I mean? It is practical to them. Like, they are always like being logical and slow moving, and it just works. They're both doing that, so like it's gonna click, you know? They're not gonna get mad when the other one is moving slow either.
They're not. And honestly, I feel like Taurus moves slow, but if you give them a cause, they'll move. They'll
hustle.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel like Capricorn will give them that cause. In a non-pushy way.
It's like they'll be speaking the same language, so it's not like too aggressive.
Exactly.
You know, that's what I was really trying to say.
And I also feel like Capricorn can put Taurus in their place when Taurus sometimes be saying shit, you know what I mean? Under their breath. Maybe a little slip with it. And Capricorn's gonna peep that and be like, we're not doing that here. Do you love me? Do you respect me? And Taurus is like, yes. And they're like, okay, you can't do that. And they're like, oh, okay.
Yes. So the next reason why I think Pisces would be a great match for Capricorns is because I think Pisces will inspire and be a muse for the very structured Capricorn, okay? And I feel like Pisceans in general will just be a challenge to them because of their big imaginations, you know what I mean? Just being in their presence, I feel like it's gonna open up a Capricorn's like perspective just by being around somebody who's thinking so large, you know what I mean? Because I feel like they think big too, but it's gonna be in completely different ways, but I think they'll be inspired by that. And on the flip side, Capricorns, I think you're gonna bring a sense of stability to Pisces, you know what I mean? And you'll help ground them in all of their grand ideas, you know what I mean? And I feel like, to me, I just think this has such the potential to complement each other. Like, I cannot stress that enough. I feel like if these two are in their highest vibrations, I really think that these two can really complement each other well.
Yeah, no, I love that. I also feel like, though, Capricorn can actually be the one that brings Pisces' dreams to life. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, like, Capricorn is like the blueprint. They know how to make shit come to life. They can read something and be like, okay, this is how we're actually gonna do it.
Do it though.
Present it to the world. You know what I mean? And I feel like Pisces have a lot of great ideas. They don't always follow through with those ideas, but that doesn't mean that they're not great ideas. And I feel like if you have a partner that believes in you and trusts you and sees even a part of your vision, they'll make sure that they do everything they can to bring that idea to life for you. And I feel like Capricorn actually has the skill set to do that, which can be really beneficial for Pisces. I also feel like Capricorn is definitely a slow burn type of partner. Well, like most earth signs, all earth signs are. I feel like it just takes them a little bit more time to open up. And let me tell you, if it's anything Taurus has, it's time. Like, Taurus got a lot of time, a lot. Sometimes I'm like, Taurus, you don't have that much time. They're like, yeah, I got a lot of time. I'm like, okay, we're like gonna die at some point. Like, do you want to try something new? Okay, no. Okay.
Like, no, I'm gonna just sit here and wait.
So they got time, you know what I mean? To me, they're the most patient sign of the entire zodiac. And I feel like Capricorn's hesitation towards romance won't throw Taurus off. They're not gonna like take it personally. In fact, I feel like Taurus will be a little bit even more intrigued because they're like, oh damn, you're so private, like why? Yeah. Let's not forget, Taurus is, you know, Scorpio's sister sign, so they also enjoy privacy and, you know, secrecy and like what's going on there. They're like intrigued by it. So I feel like they will respect Capricorn's ways in terms of like taking things slow. They're not gonna be too pushy, asking Capricorn like, what are we, what's going on, like you're not making enough time for me. Like, they're gonna let Capricorn do their thing as much as, you know, a water and earth sign can let their partner do a thing, because you know, we all up in each other's business. You know, but like they'll still be like, okay, I get it, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like Capricorn needs that. Don't be texting me all day like, where are you?
Right.
But on the other hand, Joe, I do want to make it a point to say, if this is the type of relationship where Taurus, and listen, I'm not generalizing, but Taurians can sometimes do the bare minimum, not because like they're choosing to do the bare minimum, they're just really comfortable with what they're doing. So like sometimes it can come off lazy, but I'm not calling you lazy. You know what I'm saying. And if they're doing that too much and they don't even have one thing that they're passionate about that they're pursuing, I feel like it can be a turn off to their Capricorn partner. So, you know, be wary of that. If you don't have any sort of motivation, Taurus, to like go after anything, Capricorn may be cool with it at first, and then the more they see it, the more they'll be turned off by it.
It's gonna be unattractive.
And another thing, on the opposite end, you know what I mean, Capricorn, like Taurus will respect that you have work to do, but if you don't make time for them at all and you guys don't have those moments of intimacy that you share at all, they're gonna feel like there's a disconnect, and then they're gonna get needy, you know? So make sure you're giving that to them so they're not needy, you know?
Great point. Okay, so the next reason why I think Pisces and Capricorn will be a good match is because Capricorns, I really feel like you're gonna love how sweet your little fish can anticipate your needs, you know what I mean? Like, this little Pisces is gonna be there like ready with like your meal, ready for your like next comfortable place.
Why did I just imagine that little bitch from Finding Nemo holding the fish?
Do something!
Fishy! Wake up! Wake up! Oh no!
Quick, to the top of Mount Wanahakalugi!
Why are you sleeping?
I digress, because what I was really gonna say is that I feel like Pisces will help the Capricorn relax a little.
Yes.
You know, because I feel like we all know Capricorns are like really hardworking, and I feel like Pisces will help them, you know, like slow down and enjoy the fruits of their labor, you know what I mean? And I feel like people underestimate too, like how well Pisces can make a beautiful home and be nurturing, you know? And I feel like also Pisces being flexible and like a mutable energy, I think could be a benefit in this case because they're willing to make the sacrifices for the people they love. And I feel like being a Capricorn partner, like you do have to make some sacrifices, you know what I mean? Because they do pick their work over, you know, their lovers sometimes. And like a Pisces, I think, will be understanding of that as long as they feel valued in the relationship as well.
I completely agree. Listen, I got a Capricorn rising. My man has a Pisces rising. He also has Pisces personal placements. He is a Pisces. So yes, I feel like he's always teaching me how to relax, how to take things as seriously as I take them. And I feel like if I didn't have him, I wouldn't understand, you know, how there needs to be a balance in terms of like my personal relationships and like, you know, the things I'm working on. Because sometimes I can get really like passive aggressive when I'm busy doing something and someone I love is around. He shows me that that's not okay, you know what I mean? Like, just because you're doing something that's important to you doesn't mean you get to ignore the people that are around you that are showing you affection and love.
It's like you could do both.
Yeah, I also feel like both Cap and Taurus don't really trust easily. It's nothing new, and I feel like they really take their time making decisions because they don't want to make the wrong one. They're very cautious individuals, and while it may take a while for their relationship to progress from one stage to the next, I feel like this is the type of relationship that really lasts, you know? And like, to me, this combination screams long-term compatibility, and Taurus rarely ever changes their mind, you know what I mean? And Capricorn hates wasting their time. So these types of people together are going to be the type of people that, you know, are going to be in it for the long haul, you know? Because when you're not scared of wasting your time anymore, and when you know you're not going to change your mind anymore, like, you know that you're going to be together kind of forever, you know? Unless there's like something completely wrong in the foundation of your relationship, chances like 90% of the time this relationship, I could just see them working through anything, you know?
And I feel like it is like a slow burn. It's like a slow start and maybe slow moving relationship, but neither of them are tripping about that. You know what I mean? It's not slow to either of them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying slow because I would think that that's moving slow for me. You know what I mean? But for them, they're like, this is so comfortable and it's so natural for both of them. So I do love this pairing. I really do. So the next reason why I think Pisces and Capricorn are great together is because I feel like both of them want to share their life with somebody at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, they both want this. And I feel like they both, in totally different ways, help people like achieve their goals. And I think they will recognize this about the other. And to me, like, that's like, they're just like the beautiful water and earth combination, you know what I mean? Like, we always talk about water and earth being compatible. I just feel like Capricorn, like, sometimes they can be like cold and like hard, and like that's just like the total opposite of Pisces, right? Like, when you think of Pisces, you're like, oh, so cute, so warm. And I just feel like even though Cancer and Capricorn are sister signs, to me, I feel like the opposite of the Pisces and the Capricorn is more compatible to me, in my opinion.
Interesting. Okay, let's talk about sexual compatibility, all right? I feel like, I know like Capricorn is one of the freakiest signs in the entire Zodiac.
Freaky.
You know, they do all the kinky shit, all the weird shit, all the dark shit, all the whatever shit, you know what I mean? They're just down. And, you know, Taurus on the other hand is one of the most vanilla signs of the Zodiac. Like, don't get me wrong, they got the sex drive, like, you know what I mean? They are just lazy. When you're lazy, you do vanilla sex.
Right,
I'm sorry.
They just want a missionary.
Like, when you're, and think of Capricorn, like, over the top achiever. You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do next? I'm so good at this. You know what I mean? And I feel like this is perfect because although Taurus enjoys vanilla sex and will enjoy vanilla sex for the rest of their life, I feel like they also have this little like itch to like try something new, you know what I mean? Hit a new nerve, you know what I mean? Like, for once, Taurus. And I feel like they want to do this, but they just don't know how. Like, Taurus essentially wants to do a lot of things. They just never actually push themselves outside of their comfort zone to actually do them.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to get mad, but like, it's true. Like,
you stay in your box.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you feel fulfilled, but I feel like sometimes you guys are thinking about what it could be like if you were to step outside of your comfort zone, which to me means you should be.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if you're not thinking about it, it's fine, but you guys do think about it. And I feel like when it comes to Capricorn, a potential Capricorn partner whom you very much trust, because like I said, long haul, together forever type of thing, they will push you to explore your sexuality and you'll allow them to do that. Because like I said, you trust them. And trust is a big deal in this relationship.
Yes. Yes, on both sides. And I feel like they are gonna fight to make sure that they both feel comfortable in each other's space, because that's very important to both of them. Stability, being comfortable, you know,
Trust.
all the sauce. Mix it up. Where I see Pisces and Capricorn going wrong, obviously there are a couple of ways. My first one is Capricorns, y'all know you can be a little bit controlling, you know what I mean? And I feel like Pisces, they're not gonna like that. They're mutable energy, they don't like to be controlled, okay? So remember, Capricorn, that you're not their parent, and you know, don't reprimand them when they've done something wrong. You know what I mean? Or it's
unless
not
you
done
want
the
to
way that
punish them.
yeah, unless it's like a naughty punishment. You know what I mean? But like, it's not.
We don't condone violence on this channel.
No.
Unless it's asked for.
Only, consensual BDSM stuff, okay? You have to remember that part of the reason why you love them is because they bring balance to your life, okay? They're not gonna do everything like you, so don't let it frustrate you. You know?
Don't do it.
Because I understand, it can be frustrating. You guys like order and to be in control and structure.
You're not gonna have that.
And that's not gonna come from your Pisces.
How about this? Let me give you a little advice, okay? You guys are not gonna be on the same timeline, okay? So Capricorn, you may be really good at being on time, but your Pisces partner, time? What is time? Like, you know what I mean? What's the concept of time?
Right.
They don't understand that. So like, you can't get mad at them when they're late every day. And you know what I mean? Like, that's part of it. And I have nothing else to comment on that.
Sound a little personal.
I mean, no. It's just like a general thing that I wanted to say to the people.
Another way I see this Pisces and Capricorn duo going wrong is I feel like Pisces, you know, they lie sometimes. They be sounding like little white lies. And that's not gonna fly with the Capricorn. Refer to our last video on how to date them. Like, they don't fuck with like dishonesty. You need to be truthful with them. So, Pisces, you know, you should trust your Capricorn and know that they're going to like have your back and they can protect you better when you share what's like going on. You know what I mean? Because I feel like we don't like to share things when we're like scared.
Yeah.
But Pisces, don't be scared because your little Capricorn's gonna take care of you. Okay?
Yeah. Pisces is always going to be scared of Capricorn because Capricorn will reprimand you.
Hopefully in a sexy way.
Yeah, always.
Like we were saying before.
Yeah. No, seriously. And I feel like that just tied to my last point of like, you know, when they're late, sometimes they're going to lie to you. And you're still not going to be on their way. Capricorn, remember that, okay? So Pisces will lie to you about time. This is not personal. Okay, so for my last point, I feel like we all know this. Capricorn lives to work. You know what I mean? They make their work life their everything at times. And I feel like just being on the Cap and Cancer axes means that you value your home and your sense of security, obviously. Hence why I feel like Cap just wants to be successful in the first place. They want to be financially independent, because they really associate independence and financial independence with ultimately having like your dream home and your dream life with your family and all that good jazz.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like Taurus, on the other hand, is the sign that's associated with comfort. And I feel like a Taurian's home is where the magic happens. And I feel like with this particular combination, their home life is everything to them, because Capricorn is, you know, doing everything they can to provide for this home. And, you know, Taurus is the one that is setting the mood for their home, you know, and making sure that their home actually feels like a home. And I feel like Taurus will understand why Capricorn is like constantly working or making their job sometimes their everything, because they know that they reap the benefits of, you know, a comfortable home life. Like, you know, why your Cap partner is at work all the time.
Right.
You know?
All right, y'all. If you don't know, we got a podcast, and on our podcast, okay,
Let them know, Maya.
we pose a question that we're gonna pose here for you, and we discuss deeper on our podcast. Okay, it's like our after hours, late night conversations. Okay, you definitely want to hear it.
We
so,
cuss on
we
there.
cuss. We're allowed to say bad word. Okay, so are you ready for the question?
Yes, I'm ready. Hit me.
So the question is, who is the worst love match for a Capricorn? I'm excited to hear your answer. So, if you want to hear Sarah's answer, if you want to hear my answer,
I can't wait to talk about this one.
make sure you tune into our podcast. It will be live on Tuesday. Okay, we're gonna link our socials somewhere around here. We post every Monday and Thursday on YouTube. We post every Tuesday for the podcast. Make sure you comment down below with who you think is the best love match for a Capricorn and why. Okay, if you liked our answers, also let us know why down below. Make sure you interacted. Okay. All right, y'all. We'll see you later. Bye.